Welcome back to the next topic. Noun pronoun agreement. Noun plus pronoun agreement. In the earlier class, we discussed the subject plus verb agreement, which is also known as conquer, and just like noun pronoun agreement. And in that topic, we have observed that the noun, the subject supposed to agree with the noun. Subject supposed to agree with the verb, and as well as a verb supposed to agree with the subject. And just like this, sometimes the sentence of a subject supposed to be a noun. Sometimes they take a noun, and when a sentence started with a noun, and after that we're going to use a pronoun. So when we are writing this pronoun, make sure the noun supposed to agree with its pronoun. Pronoun is also known as antecedent, and this pronoun must be agree with its noun. So if you are not going to, if any one of these are not going to agree with that, so definitely you're going to see a blunder mistake. For example, he is as good. He is as good as a player as dash. And your options are I am, I, and me. Which one are you going to choose? So he is as good a player as dash. And we the people now we're going to make a mistake. Which one need to be picked up? Are you going to pick up I am? Are you going to pick up I? Are you going to pick up me? So here, noun is he. The sentence of the subject started with the noun. That is, noun is nothing but, for example, or else it is pronoun actually. Let us say, Wiki. So Wiki is a person. So the sentence actually started with the noun. Now we have to use appropriate pronoun. The pronoun supposed to agree with its noun. That is Wiki. So how are you going to use? Wiki as good as a player as dash. Wiki as good a player as dash. Either you're going to say as I am or as me. We are not going to use this I over there. So whenever you are using or whenever you are going with this noun pronoun agreement, you have to be very careful. And next, take one more example. All passengers must buy dash tickets. And your options are his / their / them. So which pronoun that are you going to use? So all passengers is the subject of the sentence, and now you have to use the appropriate pronoun for this statement. So which one that are you going to use? Which one are you going to use for this one? So are you going to place his? All passengers must buy his tickets, huh? Are you going to say all passengers must buy their tickets? Or all passengers must buy them tickets? Which one are you going to pick up? Yeah, absolutely right. All passengers must buy their tickets. We have to be very specific. We have to be very conscious when it comes to the choosing of right pronoun. Okay, so we the people who are supposed to be very careful when it comes to the opting for the right pronoun. Right? Let's see some more examples. I am not one of dash who believe everything dash here. Here your options are those and these, and here your options are their and them and his. So I am not one of dash who believe everything dash here. That is a sentence. So now you have to use the right word. So let's see. Are you going to use those or these? So let's see. I'm not one of these, you're going to say, or I am not one of those. Which one are you going to pick up? Yeah, absolutely. I am not one of those who believe everything. Everything what? Very good. Excuse me, I forgot to give they. Yeah. So who believe everything they hear. That is how. That is how you have to. So you cannot use they, you cannot use them, you cannot use his. But you should use they. That is how it goes. And take more example. Please allow John, John and Dash to go to the movie. To go to the movie. Your options are I and me and I am. Which one are you going to pick up? Please allow John and Dash to go to the movie. Right. How many of you are picking up this I? Okay. How many of you are going with this me? Superb. How many of you are going with the I am? So we are the people who are supposed to be careful when it comes to the choosing of right pronoun. So we are not going to use I, or we are not going to even use, what is that? I am. We have to use the pronoun me. Please allow John and me to go to the movie. So this is how we have to make sure the noun supposed to agree with the pronoun and the pronoun supposed to agree with the noun. Let's see more about this noun pronoun agreement.
Right. Welcome back to our topic, noun plus pronoun agreement. As you have seen the examples for this noun pronoun agreement, and we're going to discuss some more in detail about this topic. Let's see what actually noun pronoun agreement actually deals with. Because I told you about this topic in the beginning itself, so we the people supposed to understand the importance of this noun plus pronoun agreement and as well as subject plus verb agreement. So how we are actually ensuring that the verb supposed to agree with the subject and subject supposed to agree with the verb, and the same thing the nouns and pronouns when we are using them in a sentence, make sure either of these things is supposed to be either noun and pronoun supposed to be what do you call that, agree with each other in a sentence. Let's see more about this one. And if you observe, what is actually a noun pronoun agreement? If I'm not mistaken, when you check the meaning of pronoun, pronoun is nothing but which is actually used on behalf of noun, or this one is actually going to take the place of a noun. So in the place of Raju, we're going to place he. In the place of Anita, we're going to place she. So this is how actually pronoun takes place of a noun. So every time when we are using the names, especially when it comes to the names, it doesn't look good if we keep on using the names. So if you place pronoun in the place of that nouns, it looks more good. So that is the reason. So we actually use these pronouns, right? So according to our rule, if you are seeing here, a pronoun must be agree with the noun which actually stands for a singular noun. So a singular noun supposed to agree with its a singular a pronoun, and as well as a plural noun supposed to agree with its a plural pronoun. So this is what we actually even learned in our subject verb agreement. A singular noun actually takes a singular verb, and as well as a plural subject will be taking a plural verb. So that is the reason the same thing is actually going to happen when it comes to this noun pronoun agreement. So a singular noun will be taking a singular pronoun, a plural pronoun will be taking a plural pronoun. So this is what actually the noun pronoun agreement. And let's going to see the types of pronouns. So of course, you may ask me what is the importance of learning these noun pronoun the pronoun types, and I'll tell you one thing. Before, until and unless we'll come to know which pronoun to be used for a particular noun which is given in a sentence, there are certain years we get confused and we're going to lose our marks. So that's the reason we the one who's supposed to learn, we the one who's supposed to know about the pronoun types too, right? Let's see. Right here it is. So we're going to have a different. These are the types of pronouns. The first one is here: demonstrative, indefinite, reflexive, interrogative, personal, possessive, and relative. I'm not going to explain you what are demonstrative pronouns, what are indefinite, what are personal pronouns, or what are relative pronouns. I'm not going to show that, but I will tell you which the type of pronouns, the type of a pronoun, and what are the words that actually comes under this demonstrative pronoun, and what is reflexive pronoun. So, what are the words that are actually coming underneath of that? As you are seeing here, as you are seeing here, demonstrative pronoun actually taking these words, this, that, these, and those. These are the words which actually comes under demonstrative pronouns. When it comes to indefinite will be taking anybody, nobody, somebody, something, nobody, anything, something, no, nothing, no one. So these are the words which actually falls underneath of indefinite pronoun. When it comes to reflexive pronoun will be taking yourself, myself, herself, himself, this, themselves. So these are the words which actually comes under reflexive pronoun. And when it comes to interrogative, who, which, what. So these are the words which actually comes underneath of interrogative. When it comes to personal pronouns, so I, you, he, she, we, and they. These are the words which actually falls underneath of personal pronouns. And when it comes to possessive pronouns, my, our, your, her, his, their. So these are the words which actually falls underneath of these possessive pronouns. And the last one is your relative pronoun. So who, whom, whose, which, and that. So these are the words which actually falls underneath of relative pronoun. So why are we learning these types of pronouns? We the people who are supposed to use the exact pronoun according to the noun which is given in the sentence as a subject. So for that sake, we actually supposed to go through the types of pronouns. If you're not going through these types of pronouns, we're not going to use an appropriate a pronoun when it comes to the sentence correction or sentence setting. So as you are seeing, so these are the types: demonstrate, indefinite, reflexive, interrogative, personal, possessive, and relative. And if I'm not mistaken, in the examination, they may ask you what is a noun pronoun agreement, and give two examples along with its types. So then you have to write all these things. Or else they may exclusively ask you to write about the types of pronouns, types of the pronoun. So they may ask you like that. So whatever it may be. So you're the one who's supposed to get ready when it comes to the examination points of view, right? Yeah. And the next one is here: rules of pronoun, rules of noun and pronoun agreement. Let's see. If antecedent, what is this antecedent? I gave the discussion over here. Just go through it. A noun to which the pronoun refer is called as antecedent. So this is the noun, and this noun is actually referring its pronoun, which is called as, this one is actually called as antecedent. A noun to which the pronoun refer, a noun to which the pronoun is referred as called as antecedent. Right? Clear? Right. If antecedent of the pronoun is a singular, then what we have to use, as I have told you earlier, we must use a singular pronoun only. That is the rule number one. Don't forget, if antecedent of the pronoun is a singular, if antecedent of the pronoun is singular, we're going to use a singular pronoun. As you're seeing here, the example, John Wesley delivered his message at Liverpool. So John Wesley is a singular. So that is the reason we have used the singular pronoun. John Wesley is a singular, so that's the reason we use the singular pronoun. So John Wesley delivered his message at Liverpool. And next, he saw his professor in the library and decided to ask for some assistance. He is a singular, and so that's the reason we used a singular pronoun. So that is the reason. We the people who, excuse me, we the people who are supposed to be careful when it comes to these type of rules. So don't you ever get confused on seeing these rules, right? So that is how it actually goes. So according to our first rule, we used what do you call singular when we are actually using singular noun in a sentence. We're going to use singular pronoun, right? The second one is here. If the antecedent of noun is plural, we must use plural pronoun. That is what these are the basic rules that we actually learned in the beginning. So the second rule is here. If this noun is in plural form, we're going to use a plural pronoun, right? Right. See, let's see the examples here. The jury members gave their individual opinions. So the jury members is a plural one. So that is the reason we used plural pronoun, that is there. So the jury members gave their individual opinions, right? We can't say the jury members gave his or her individual opinions. If you are saying that, you take it for granted, you're going to make mistake, right? So the second one is here, the jury members disagreed among themselves. So here again we have the plural form. So that is the reason we actually use the plural form of the pronoun. So the jury members disagreed among themselves. So this is how it has to go according to the rule. Next, the third rule is here. The pronoun must also agree with the antecedent in terms of person and as well as gender. And we have to be very clear when it comes to person and gender. It has to agree even not only with a singular noun or plural noun. It must also agree with the